Some market participants may have overreacted to Meta's decision to continue investing in AI infrastructure up till some years to come, and that is behind this loss of 11.77% we're looking at right now, as things stand right now in this regular session of today, the 25th of April 2024. Yesterday, during the post-market session, when the company disclosed its earnings outcomes, it was down by almost 15%. So, and we were positioned that time it was going to rebound. It has recovered around there, roughly, you could say roughly 4%. But I believe it's definitely going to recover more. This is definitely an overreaction. Investments are needed. AI is still very much nascent, and all of that has actually, or rather, that news seems to have benefited some semiconductor stocks. But we're going to cover them in the next video. But right now, we're just looking at Meta. This is what's going on right now. Okay, this is its. Let's have a look at its 1 minute chart and see what's going on. This is its 1 minute chart, and as things stand right now, it seems to have. For a couple of minutes now, it was getting support from its 10-period moving average, but it was that 10-period moving average was providing what seems to be a supply, a demand line. It was providing was acting as a demand line, but it has since stopped being the case. So. Here we have upper projection of 441.19. It has just changed now. More upper projections. We have let's see here, 447.77, 444.77. Below that we have 438.663. As a matter of fact, in this just a few minutes ago, it was actually at 443.58. So, but for some reason it has continued to weaken as things stand right now. So on this 1 minute chart, downward projections did go all the way down to 422.48, and the next support we're looking at right now is at 433.69. And let's have a look at its 1 day daily chart and see what we are talking about here. Okay, and it has broken through all of its Fibonacci projections, so rebound in the coming days, 455.08, and a couple of $11 away from what we saw on that 1 minute chart. We have above that 484.03. We can easily determine the probability of how things are right now. As things stand right now, the stock obviously down 11% or thereabouts, so it's trading at 435, roughly $435, and we have its 10-day moving average at 489.50. We can quickly determine some of these probabilities: 435 and 489, 435 and 489. And you're going to see it's a standard deviation down there. It's what is it saying? Let's see. It's saying $20.28. You can see it's this is a huge deviation from its 10-day moving average. So we have 20.30 is that what we have? $20.25. Yeah, that's just a validation that something really bad, something really volatile did occur. Okay, so sorry, this is not 438 is what we have. For 483, I think 483. Let me confirm that. 483 is what we have as its 10-period moving average. 489.50. As a matter of fact, this is where those moving averages are. So this is what we're using now. 489.5. 489.5, and we're using 20.25 as its standard deviation. Okay, let's determine the probability that it will remain below 435 is get it, 0.355%. The probability that a rebound will occur, the probability that it will recover some of these losses at least above and pivot. I mean, start looking up above $435 is 99.64%. The probability that it will trade between 435 and 489. 489 obviously is its 10-period moving average as things stand right now is 49.644%. Yeah. So I mean, this is obvious, really obvious, given that it has plunged by this amount. You would expect such probabilities to be in place, and it's the projection for the 10-day moving average is saying that by Friday tomorrow it's projected to be at 497.93. What are the odds that that will be the case? And then we have 503 by Monday the 29th, and then we have 512.98 by Tuesday the 30th, and then we have 518.77 come Wednesday the 1st of May. All of these are pointing out that this is very much an overreaction. This is very much an overreaction. Looking back to how the stock has traded, there isn't any indication that this sort of levels, this sort of prices is justifiable. It's justified statistically, even fundamentally. So we're going to move on to MSFT, Microsoft. You're going to find a similarity between these two. You can see the charts; they look pretty much alike. It's just that Microsoft didn't plunge as much as Meta did. Even though we had it retracing from this high of 429.17 as of early to mid April of this year, and then we continued to retrace and got a pivot at on Friday the 19th at 399.52, then got rejected again at 409.39 as of Wednesday, just yesterday. And we have seen it now plunge down to where it is right now, just slightly above a Fibonacci projection of 393.13. So these stocks are expected to rebound. They're expected to rebound. There isn't really any material reason for them to be where they are right now. You can see the projection for its 10-period moving average, just like in the case of Meta, they're all pointing upwards. So if you have a look now, you can see that the price is 394.87, and its 40-period moving average is 10-period moving average at 407.78. We have our sound. We still have our audio. Sorry about that. There was a noise in the background. Okay, so we have 407. We decide what we have. We're looking for the standard deviation. We want to determine the probability of a rebound. We are looking at 7.75. You can see it's not as bad as what we have on Meta, because obviously Meta hasn't, because Microsoft did not plunge as much as Meta did, so you wouldn't have a standard deviation that is exceptionally high. But 7.75 still very much looks like just indicates that some of the volatility has happened or happened of late. Okay, so we have the probability that it will recover some of these losses and rise above 394.87 is 4.82. Sorry, the probability that it will remain below 394.87 is 4.82%. to 4.82%. The probability of a rebound above 398.87 is 95.174%. All of these are obvious. The stock is trading at a discount. It's 10-day moving average, and it also has this significant standard deviation. You would naturally expect this sort of rebound to occur. So in the case of Microsoft, we can actually have a look at its 1-week chart. We can actually find more here. We can find more projections. We have it's a weekly chart. This gives you an idea of what's going on, and it gives you a much more a bigger picture. Obviously, as you can imagine, things are not that bad here. Not as bad as they are on the daily chart. You can see it is just trading here as well, to trading at a discount. It's a 10-day moving average, 10-period moving average, and it's 20-period moving average. So probability of rebound is also very high as well, probably in the 90s or thereabout. So we have here we have trading, still very much the case, more of a validation of what we are looking at there, but doesn't look that bad as such, but we have projections here. 402.62 is an upper projection. We have 409.55. We have 417.46, 431.31, and up here we have 466.25. Let's return to the daily chart on Microsoft. So the most upper projection here is 445.40. I don't think it's what we have on the weekly chart. That's 445.40. Let's look at that. 466 is what we have. The most upper projection, 466. I don't think it has actually reached. It hasn't reached there since last year. It hasn't been there probably ever. So we just going to move on and have a look at Amazon. Amazon, just pretty much like it's Meta and Microsoft. The chart is equally the same. We have this rejection at as of Thursday, the 11th of April, at 189.23. And we had this retracement. This is April. Yes, this is early to mid-April. I want to believe that's also what happened in the case of Microsoft. We saw this weakness setting up till Thursday the 18th. No, Friday the 19th, and then just very much the same with what we saw with Microsoft. Cloud and AI. How would I put it now? Leaders. This is what's going on. The tech. How would I put it? The tech companies that are not essentially semiconductor tech companies. This is the pattern we are looking at right now for these for Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon. We're going to have a look at Google as well. So yes, just like them, trading at a discount. It's 10-day moving average. We have upper projection of 178.4. We have 180.81. We have 182.61. We have, let's get it. We have 184.12. We have 185.62, 187.13, above where it saw this rejection is 189.83, and then the most upper projection is let's get it here, 196.93. So the probability that it's going to rebound, we can determine that. I'm guessing it's going to be in the 90s, like that of Microsoft and indeed Meta. So we have 172.69 as the current price. 172.69, 172.69, 172.69, and we have 10-day moving average is 179.40. 179.40. Let's see, 179.40. Not that far off, so it may not be that. Not that 179.40. And okay, let's see, 179.40, and then we have a standard deviation of 4.08. So it hasn't it's not hasn't been as volatile as the other ones or the other stocks. I mean Meta and Microsoft, but it doesn't have the price is not as high as those other ones, so it wouldn't it's, I guess it fits to have this sort of a standard deviation. So let's do the maths and find out. So yeah, it is like I guessed, 94% for a rebound, 94.99% for a rebound, 5% probability that it will continue to it will plunge further down. So rebound is definitely expected. I mean, this is just a validation of the obvious, you know. And yeah, let's just, before we conclude on you know, or give any other state or any other comments, let's look at Google. Google it seems to be holding up. Let's see now. Yeah, it seems to be holding up a lot better than all the other ones. We have a projection of 161.85, just slightly above this downward projection of 157.25. We have 154.53. So Google wasn't really doing very well when these other stocks were, you know, like we saw early March. You can see where it was. Early March, 5th of March was at, you can see it began to retrace, began to weaken from, let's see, from mid-February. If you don't mind, let me just have a look and see what was going on with, let's see, Microsoft mid-February. Is it mid-February? Early Feb. I think that's early February. That was when this began to witness certain. Okay, mid-February, early to mid-February, 12th of February. Let's have a look at Microsoft. You can see we'll be able to compare what was going on then. Let's see, mid-February, February 12th. Let's have a look here. Let's see, February 12th, February. Yeah, February 12th. It was at a high. It was at high, you know. Yeah, so yeah, it was Google. There was skepticism towards Google then. You know, market participants were not exactly sure about what they are doing in terms of AI. But I think they replied them, and then we saw this. We saw the stock resume its upward push, and saw it print this double top of 161.23. And is there any point trying to find the probability of how things are right now? Okay, let's see now. It's trading at 157.67. Okay, and it's a probability. Its 10-day moving average is almost right there. So I'm really not going to see a lot coming out from there. You can see standard deviation is 1.68. So all of this is just a validation that Google is totally slightly different. You know, it's not as bad. It's not that bad as such. You know, slightly trading below its 10-day moving average. Okay, let's have a look. 157.49. It's the current price. Let's see. 157.49, and let's get a standard deviation. Standard deviation is 157.80. So it's trading at a slight discount. So even at that as well, it's still going to point to an indication that we may hold. Let's see. The standard deviation is standard deviation is 1.68. You can see its deviation from its that 10-day moving average is not huge, just very much minor, 1.68, 1.68, and we calculate, and we find that the probability of it staying below 15.49 is 42.68. Probability of it going above is 57.32. You can see there's a difference. This is just a validation that what has happened to Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon hasn't happened to Google yet. So it's Google is holding up. That's just what this is indicating. Yeah, Google is holding up. That's what this is indicating. So, but in any case, broadly speaking, before this retracement we saw on Microsoft, on Meta yesterday, and then indeed today on Microsoft and Amazon, they in a very short time, only 1 out of 10 stocks is still trending. Still trending upwards. So it has been a broader market sell-off that began, I want to believe, early this year, isn't it? When it began, something like that. So early this month or thereabout. Yeah, early this month. That was when that sell-off began. We can have a look again at. I think Meta is a good example. Meta is a good example. We saw that the weakness began setting at. You can see that it began here early February. Yes, 5th of. I would say 5th of February, Monday at least for sure. Monday, the 8th of April. That was all when all this weakness began. It's just this plunge was just yesterday, and or rather today. So yes, this is just a validation that the broader market is also weak as well. So but there are opportunities there for Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon. Yeah, and market participants will definitely buy this dip, especially Meta. This is just a total overreaction. So have a look at these stocks, these tech giants, and see what you make of them. And I'll definitely continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.